Hello, I am Jamie, and this is the vlog for September 19th, 2020. It's 9 o'clock p.m. and kiddo's in bed. Hubs is playing some video games. I have unwound enough to do this at this point. A really busy day. So we got up in the morning. We went to the zoo for a couple hours, and then I left early to meet um, someone off of a Facebook Marketplace to buy an Olympic weightlifting platform from her. Super excited about that. Thankfully, an old friend came through with a truck and brought her new boyfriend who came through with the tools, and we were able to move the platform. Right now, it's just under a tarp because unfortunately, it looks like my shed's not going to be built until December. Ugh. But it's going to be built. and, and I'm getting under contract and all that jazz. So, um, one step closer there. And the platform is going to be a really nice touch. I mean, even used, I would be spending thousands of dollars to get an Olympic platform that's 8 feet by 12 feet and um, legitimate workspace. So super excited about that. Uh, let's see, what else do we do? That kind of relaxed at the house after that. Is that platform moving was a beast. Um, but it was doable and hung out with the kiddo a lot. Made dinner, wasn't feeling it. Just was super run down after moving that platform around. And we thought it was because the smoke has finally cleared and we've got some rain and things look and feel a little more like fall every day, which is awesome. Um, And I think they're right. I think my husband's right when he's like, well, some of it's just the stress is gone, the smoke is gone, so you're not as on edge and alert. And yeah, my body's achy because that, but it turns out I'm just a little bit sick. So not COVID sick. I'm just working on drinking lots of fluids and flushing everything out of my system and feeling better. So kiddo has developed a habit now of coming in at about 3:30 in the morning, which is exhausting. Um, and really cute, but exhausting. Tomorrow morning, we don't have to be up at any specific time, so I plan on trying to get some rest as much as possible. I'll do the digital follow-up work I need to do to schedule out my week for work and make sure the kiddo is ready for school since the sky has cleared. Well, it's raining, so it hasn't clear, but the air is clear. The air is now good rather than I think we even got into very unhealthy and hazardous at some point during this whole wildfire season. While we are enjoying the rain immensely, I am from wildfire country, and I know that huge deluge of rain right after a fire is a bad recipe because then occur because there's nothing to hold. The plants are gone. There's nothing to hold the soil in anymore. Creates a whole new realm of problems. So my heart goes to anyone who's in Oregon, or some of the more affected places of Washington and Northern California and whatnot. It seems like a third of the country is burning right now, and it's crazy. I baked today. Yesterday, I think it was, I found a recipe online for paleo zucchini cake. So I played around with it a little bit and I used some cassava flour and almond meal instead of gluten-free flour, or regular flour. And I used less sugar and they turned out amazing. Even the kid likes them. Yay. So I'm a pretty good baker. I'm not a great cook, but I can bake. So, so I think that might be a regular thing in the menu is a great way to kind of work in veggies. Um, I've had two of them this evening. It's been good. Uh, but yeah, that's about it. My husband ran an errand to get me some of the stuff I need to kind of recover from being sick here and brought home flower bouquet for me and a little flower bouquet for the kiddo, and she was super excited. She also got her Spider-Gwen costume in the mail today, so she is in bed sleeping as Spider-Gwen as I speak. Um, she saw Into the Spider-Verse once, and it actually scared the poop out of her. I'm not surprised. It was pretty dark in the beginning, um, but I think she enjoyed all the different Spider-Man styles that come out in that universe. So Spider-Gwen seems to have stuck for the moment. So I think she's going to do that for Halloween, even though Halloween is going to definitely be like more of an insulary event. this year. There's no trick or treating, and even in other years, there hasn't been trick or treating in our neighborhood. Everyone goes to a trunk or treat event someplace else. I think there is one place that I know of doing a drive-through trick or treat thing, um, but we'll find some way to have some fun with it at home, I'm sure. Anyway, oh, tomorrow kiddo has a play date with one of her best friends. She's really been missing her friends, so she's very excited about that. It is probably going to be very rainy, so I asked her, well, what do you want to do if it's really rainy? She's like, boots, puddles. So I guess that'll keep that easy, and I'll just make sure I have a change of clothes and a beach towel in the back of my car. That old Southern California girl with a beach towel in the back of a car. Comes in handy even in Washington. So, um, a lot of my mind right now is figuring out business stuff. I'm kind of a thunk in circles about it. So I think I'm gonna just send out emails, see who wants to go back to the wine, who doesn't, and kind of rebuild um, around that a little bit. The nutrition group is going great, actually. People have been about 3 weeks in, almost a little over two, 3 weeks in at this point, and almost across the board, even the people who are kind of barely doing the work, like on the edge, are seeing some positive changes. So it's great. I hope they'll stick with it. It's going well. I like it. I like doing that kind of coaching. I don't mind it being long distance. I like sending an encouraging text and brainstorming different ways to do things and that kind of thing. Um, Personal training is great. I'll be the first person to tell you, though, that there's a ceiling to a degree. I haven't reached it for the record. But if you can only charge X amount of money for X amount of people, you can only see so many human beings in a day, and it's one on one. So it's sort of at some point there's a limit in your income. I do know of one trainer who had his schedule, he would fill it up, and then when he would fill it up, he would bump up his rates, which would evidently knock out the people who could no longer afford him and leave some empty holes for people to rejoin. And either way, he was making enough money. Um, it's an interesting theory. I legitimately like to help people, so I like to be somewhat affordable. But I need to make a living myself, and it's not as if cost of living is going down even amidst a pandemic. So it's an interesting thought. Um, and with a kiddo right now, yeah, I need some schedule flexibility. So having some wiggle room isn't necessarily a bad thing. I plan to use the nutritional counseling to kind of make up the bulk here. Um, but I'm still super tired. Now I know that probably has a little bit to do with being sick and probably a little bit to do with being woken up at 3:30 in the morning for the past 2 or 3 days. Solid. Um, but this too shall pass, and someday she won't want to crawl into my bed at 3:30 in the morning. So I'll try to keep that in mind. Um, yeah, it's 8 minutes and 30 seconds. And I guess to sum up today, I'm feeling pretty grateful. Grateful that the air is clear for a change. Grateful for a little bit of rain. Grateful that my dahlias out front actually have a bud on them. I didn't kill them. I kill most plants, so this is a feat. Um, Grateful that my old friend decided she wanted to help me with a truck and a big move today just to help. I think we might go out to lunch next week and kind of reconnect a little bit, but that was awesome. Um, Grateful that the kid is good. She's okay. Everything's good. Grateful that we could go to the zoo today. Grateful to have the Hubs home. Uh, Tired, but grateful. So today was super busy. Hopefully tomorrow will be less busy, but tomorrow will be better.